Previously on Fate Stay Night.
God, she's so hot.
Yeah. And now back to that hell I'm walking into.
Hello!
NicoB! Back with some more Fate Stay Night. When we last left off, Rin and Archer begin investigating about where those other masters and servants could be. At nighttime, she comes across Sakura and this weird blonde-haired, red-eyed dude that might or may not be familiar to me. Or maybe he's just another blonde-haired, red-eyed dude. But apparently he doesn't seem to be a servant? Meanwhile, Rin discovers a whole bunch of seals around the school that apparently seem ready to go off and eviscerate everybody there, all in an effort to suck up that sweet, sweet life energy to empower one of the servants in the Holy Grail War. And yeah, that's bad. That's bad. The potential servant in question appears to be Lancer, i.e. Cuckoo LeChoo, and his amazing weapon, the Gay Bulge, who looks exactly the same as he did in Samurai Remnant, and just as fucking crazy. Archer comes out and they do battle, and despite apparently being an archer, he fights him with a lot of swords, like a lot of swords. Every time he gets a sword knocked out of his hand, wow, that's another one. Thank God he's got like 20 more on the back end. However, at which point a student, unbeknownst to them, witnesses what's happening. Lancer goes after him and seemingly mortally wounds him. Who is this person? I don't know, because Rin won't fucking show us. But she knows that apparently Sakura will be sad, and that makes her sad. So she uses the energy from her pendant in order to save his life. Energy that her father had intended for her to use to win the Holy Grail War. Archer and Rin head home, but only for Rin to realize that if Lancer were to figure out that this individual is still alive, he would likely still go after him. So they rush over to his house, where they sense Lancer there, as well as another incredibly powerful individual. At which point Lancer yeets himself out of there. Archer gets potentially mortally wounded, but Rin saves him by recalling him forcefully, using another one of her command spells. And Rin herself basically gets soundly defeated, as her magic has no effect on this servant. And that servant is, of course, the titular Saber. Looks like Rin's fucking dead. Cue the intro. Cool start. Very neat. Me likey. I like the way that story's being told so far, right? It does it with this tease, and then it switches perspectives to somebody completely different, and you're sort of seeing everything that is happening around it. And while I don't have clarification on certain things, I feel like I'm already piecing together an idea of what's happening, where this is going. Like, I'm pretty sure the red-haired guy is the one that witnessed this and got given that energy, and then I assume that that magic that was put into him was then somehow used to summon his own servant. I don't know exactly how that works or why that would have happened. If that he could have like unknowingly, or he also actually has some way of doing that. I don't know. We also don't know who Saber is. And I do feel this is important to say. I got sort of this brought up to me in last week's stream. So I genuinely do not know who Saber is. And apparently that's really unusual. Like, apparently this individual is so recognized and is spoiled in like a fuck ton of media and other things, and people have known about it for years. So it's like really weird to have somebody who doesn't know who this person is, which I will say I'm actually a little surprised, because to be honest, I swear to God, I've never seen the name of this individual. I always just thought their name was Saber. Before I knew anything about like how fate worked, right? I thought their actual name was Saber, because the only thing that I ever heard them referred to as was Saber. I didn't realize that was their class and not their actual name. So yeah, I just thought, oh, okay, it's Saber. It's the Saber, not a Saber. But no, I actually have no idea who this is. And I've seen people apparently say this is like the equivalent of like not knowing that Aerith dies in FF7 or that Darth Vader is Luke's father. Really? Is it really that well known and that obvious? Am I that much of a dumb bitch? I'm kind of shocked about that. I mean, at the very least, I do recognize her. I think to me, she's like Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, whose name I didn't really know either, to be honest. But his design and everything was iconic as shit, right? Like, I knew what he looked like, and I've always known what this chick looked like too. If I had to take a very basic guess as to who she was, I mean, I don't really know, other than she looks like she's a knight. But that doesn't really narrow it down very much. Because to be honest, I feel like in the terms of like female warriors, I don't really know of any like female knights that were super influential offhand, other than like Joan of Arc, but she wasn't also, I don't think she wasn't really a knight, I don't think. But needless to say, don't spoil who it is, all right? Even if it's like super obvious. Don't suggest who it is or anything. And the same goes for anybody in this game, right? Don't be coy, all right? Or like, oh, what if Nico's gonna figure this thing out? Don't do that, all right? I haven't seen any. I think generally the mods have said there hasn't been too much of that, but just want to give you guys an FYI warning ahead of time. Maybe I'll be able to figure it out over time as I get to see them. I noticed that we couldn't really see the weapon that she had. It was like weirdly invisible. Maybe that would like reveal her identity if I saw it, which is like her phantasm or whatever. But yeah, it'll be fun figuring out who that actually is in the game. I wonder if it's revealed like early or if it's like something saved for like the very end. Because you guys remind me how that actually worked in Faith Samurai Remnant, and it wasn't that the saber of that game was amnesiac or anything. And someone who did a good job of explaining that was Hero, who last episode said, if I recall, Yamato Takeru's saber from Faith Samurai Remnant knew who they were. They just didn't want to tell Iori because the enemy could extract info from him via mind reading or other magey stuff, since Iori can't defend against that. Also, Saber wasn't able to use their Noble Phantasm because Iori's first command spell was used to prevent them from destroying the town with it, which is why he also had to use another command spell to enable it again. That's right. That's right. To be fair, it's sort of a plot reason to sort of like stop Yamato from like being too buff and OP at the start, and also to make their actual identity a surprise, which is cool. But yeah, they didn't actually forget who they were. They just chose not to tell Iori, because Iori is just kind of a basic bitch who swings sword real good, but not exactly a fucking wizard or anything. So in that case, no one, I think in Faith Samurai Remnant had that amnesiac trope or anything. So this is sort of new from what I've seen at least. But anyway, Hero, thank you so much for your incredibly enlightening comment or reminding me what the fuck happened in that game. And is that reason you are comment of the day. By the way, you guys did also say that you guys approved of my new Archer voice, so cool, good. You also enjoyed the behind the scenes that we included. I thought you guys might get a kick out of that, especially for those of you who were horrendously disturbed by that first episode. Robo Nico, he exists only to read. To be honest, there were some things in there that I forgot I even said because I was just slowly losing my mind. Oh yeah, you guys also said there was so like this game originally had a pretty funny translation. They wanted like the funny localizations for the line of like, you really are an archer. When Rin said that to Archer, she says instead, the Archer class really is made of archers. That's some good shit right there. That's some high quality English right there. I know there's some pretty like hilarious ones in this. I don't know if that's hell you're walking into. I know that like I know that's a line, right? I don't know if that's not really like a funny translation to me. It's just I think it's just kind of like badass. I'll be curious why that line in particular is so memed on. That was like half of the comments on the first episode of this series was just, that's hell you're walking into, Nico. And I don't think it's because it's funny or anything. It's just kind of, I think it's because it's kind of badass. So maybe it's just like something really cool or sad or whatever. I don't think it's like the same level of like Lloyd Barry or Bannings, you know? At least I think. Because usually things that get memed on, they get memed on for like a few reasons, but the most common ones are either it was really funny, unintentionally so, or it's really fucking cool. Or it could be also like something exceptionally sad and people use it to cope, like Caesar for Battle Tennessee JoJo, but usually one of those. That's usually the thing reason why people tend to meme things. Oh yeah, and you guys did also say, yeah, Rin is sort of one of the OG tsunderes, at least one of the older ones at this point. Not obviously like the first one, but one of the more popular ones back in the duh. Yeah, she was definitely giving that vibe. Oh, and also my thought about what a reality marble is was pretty spot on. Apparently, yeah, it's just like another domain that gets created, like another world, like Ichigo's other world. And it did actually end up getting used. It was like in one of the last bosses of one of the routes in Fate Samurai Remnant. I don't remember specifically which one it was, but we have seen it before. Okay. Well, with that, guys, it's finally time to hop back into the game for realsies. Guess what, guys? Those last two episodes didn't count. We're actually now truly going to start a new game. That's the funny thing. It's like It's not actually, this load and continue thing is not actually accurate because I went slightly past. When I went back and did the prologue, it actually didn't play the intro like it did the first time. I basically had to go in there, secretly go into this thing and find the video to play it to sort of reenact how it actually happened. But instead, what ended up happening was it hopped immediately into the start of the game. And I was like, I don't think this is how it went down. And then I went and checked. I was like, oh no, it isn't. So don't worry. I went like one scene because I was like, this is definitely, I'm almost positive the intro played there. So yeah. So with that, new game, guys. You guys ready to start Fate's Day Night? I know I am. Let's do this. I find it hilarious that the prologue is like exists outside of the new game. It's like before you even start the game's game. Here we go. I am the bone of my sword, steel is my body, and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death nor known to life. Have withstood pain to create many weapons, yet those hands will never hold anything. So as I pray, unlimited blade works. What the fuck does that mean? Who's Unlimited Blade Works? That sounds like, is that like a company? Is that like one of these companies? Like the Moon guys, the True Moons or whatever? They made this? I'm confused. What the fuck? When I came to, I was lying in a burning field. It must have been a big fire. The familiar town was an unrecognizable smoking ruin. It looked like a scene from a war movie. The sight didn't last long, though. As morning dawned, the fires gradually died down. The towering walls of flame shrunk to embers, and most of the buildings looked to have collapsed. It felt so strange being the only unchanged thing in the town. It was the only one left alive. I was either fortunate or the house I'd been inside was built on the luckiest ground of all time. Either way, I was the only one alive. Since I'd survived, I felt I needed to keep on living. I walked aimlessly, thinking it would be dangerous to remain where I was. Am I still Ren or am I somebody else now? It wasn't that I wanted to avoid becoming what had happened to everyone around me, those scorched, blackened masses. It wasn't a feeling of disgust. Some other emotion was driving me on. At the same time, I had no hope. It was a miracle I was alive at all, and I didn't think I was going to last much longer. There was just no way in hell I was going to survive. Is this where we say it? Is this where we say it thing? Is hell you're going into? That's hell right there. There was simply no way I could ever escape this crimson hellscape, no matter what I did. That was how desperate, how hellish this place was, even through the eyes of a young boy. No, we're somebody else now. I had a feel, I'm like, unless Saber like fucking nuked the entire landscape around Rin. She's like, fucking die, bitch! Bah! The whole fucking area just explodes and somehow Rin is alive. And then I collapsed. I kind of had a feeling, to be honest, that we were probably going to be switching perspectives. Either there was no air around me or I simply couldn't breathe anymore. I just collapsed, and all I could do was look up at the slowly clouding sky. The scorched black masses around me lay motionless. The dark clouds covered the sky, promising rain. Good. The rain will put out the fires. I took one final deep breath and looked up at the rain clouds. I couldn't breathe, but I still felt pain. I like this music, by the way. It's very kind of, I don't know. It's very dramatic. It sort of gives me like medieval vibes. I said that out loud on behalf of all those people who couldn't say those words themselves. That was 10 years ago. I'll never forget that fucking day. Miraculously, in the midst of all that, I was saved. My physical body survived. But everything else was scorched, reduced to ash. When a young child loses their parents or their home, there's really nothing left of them. And so everything other than my body perished. Put as simply as possible, in exchange for my body living, my heart died. Oh, I know. I get it. this was absolutely in the last Holy Grail War. Because I was like, they mentioned that before. It was like, that was 10 years ago, right? Which is like, I'm like, oh, that's actually not been that long. So are we saying that this boy, okay, this is gonna end up being the red hair guy, right? Are we saying this boy essentially 10 years ago had his whole life upended by the Holy Grail War that happened there? That to me immediately then shows that he is familiar with this in some way. Like he has to be. Unless to him, it's just from the outside perspective, it was just like, I just walked outside one day and a nuke went off. Crazy. I'm dreaming. I squinted, seeing a bright white light. It was blinding. Light stabbed at my eyes when I woke. I doubt I really knew what the sensation of blinding light was in the first place. Huh? All right, who we dealing with? What you say? Ooh, that you only meant. Well, shit. What? What? I say to the lack of voice. Oh, no, it is. It totally is. Okay. This is him. Yeah. Because I saw you guys mention, apparently the red hair guy has no voice in the game, which I do find weird, but I guess it's like protagonist syndrome. He's like the protagonist, right? The red hair dude is basically the protagonist of this game. I'm assuming. I don't know if it's going to be that. I don't know if I'm going to follow him throughout the entire game, if it's just like his perspective, or if I'm going to be hopping between other people. I actually like, though, I think the idea of hopping perspectives between characters is really cool. I think that's actually really neat that we like got a glimpse of his, of like an important moment with him, and then switched to Rin's perspective for the prologue. I wonder if we're flashing back now, or is this taking place after that? I think this is going to be flashing back. That's my thought. I think this is going to be flashing back, and we're now going to get the origins of all of that happening, leading up to that moment. Of like he's going to get attacked by Lancer, and then him summoning Saber. Huh? What? As my eyes adjusted, I woke, alarmed. I was lying in a bed I didn't recognize, in a room that I didn't recognize. I was honestly stunned, but the cleanliness of the white room made me feel at ease. Wait a minute. This guy doesn't have a voice by default. It means I can give him anything. I can give him the Gilbert Godfrey voice. Where am I? I'm kidding. Where am I? I looked blankly at my surroundings. The room was spacious and beds lined it in neat rows. All the beds were full, and it looked like each bed's occupant was injured. But the room didn't feel depressing at all. Everyone injured survived. I let my eyes wander. I looked out the window. The clear blue sky was so incredibly beautiful. A few days passed, and I was finally able to take in the situation. I had no problem remembering what happened the days before. Ooh, no, maybe this is after. Maybe. I think he was also, for what it looked like too, right? He was injured in the intro part. He talked about like there were like a spear, something came out and hurt him, right? And then suddenly Saber appeared. So I think he was lying on the ground, looking like he was bleeding. But it wasn't much different from a newborn during this time. Strange as it is, that was closer to the truth than might seem possible. The fire was just that bad. I was oh no, we still flash back. We're still flash back. Oh, okay. I thought he said that was 10 years ago. I assume we were jumping to the present. I think. Yeah, that was 10 years ago. In Max in the midst of it all, I was saved. I was goodbye, survived. Everything was scorched. So simply exchanged my body, my heart died. Oh, okay. I think it. Yeah, okay. So maybe I am still 10 years ago and I'm a boy? Young boy? I was rescued from the fire, woke in a hospital. My parents were gone and my entire body was wrapped in bandages. Yeah, it is. Okay. I didn't really understand what was going on, but I did know that I was alone. It didn't take long for me to accept my circumstances. Maybe I had no choice, really. All the other children were in the same boat. And then later, in the moment I, naive as I was, started to worry about what would become of me, he walked in. He appeared the day my bandages came off and I started eating on my own. His hair was disheveled, his suit tattered. He looked a bit younger than my doctor. He looked more like someone's older brother than someone's father. Okay, what we got here? Okay, that is a voice. That is indeed a voice.
こんにちは。君がシロ。
Okay, sounds pretty standard. Standard adult. Hello, you must be Shirou. His beaming smile seemed to blend into the pouring white sunlight. His voice was somehow irritatingly fake, yet extremely gentle. I'll come right to it. Would you rather go to an orphanage or go home with a man you just met? He was offering to take me in. I asked if we were related. He said we were complete strangers. He looked like an unremarkable, unreliable guy. But then again, he was no more or less familiar than the orphanage, so I decided I'd go with him. Oh, good. Then let's pack up quickly. It'd be best if you got used to your new home as soon as possible. He gathered my things hastily. Even as young as I was, I could see he wasn't any good at it. And after he made a mess packing... I forgot to mention one important thing. Before you come with me, there's one thing you need to know. He turned, asking for confirmation. He asked so casually, as if asking me if there was somewhere I wanted to go. Yep. Let me be direct with you. I'm a magician. Aha! He said it in a serious, almost ceremonious manner. Okay, all right, here we go. So that's how this guy's gonna know about stuff. It happened so fast. Now that I think back, I was also immature. I just accepted his words as fact. I took it neither as a joke or genuine statement. Really? That's so cool, Pops. Guess I said something like that, eyes wide in astonishment. And I was his child. Actually, I don't really remember how that conversation went. But every now and then, my old man would bring it up. He would recount that scene over and over, acting all embarrassed. That scene might have been the happiest day of my life. A man named Shirou Emiya's life. You could say that. It was one thing for him to tell a recently orphaned kid he was a magician. But I was no better, the way I so eagerly bought into it. And that was how my old man adopted me, and how I took the last name Emiya. Shirou Emiya. When I said that name out loud, I felt really proud of having the same last name as Shirou. I'm dreaming. It's from my childhood. It's probably about 8 years ago, since it's about the time when I talked my old man into making me his apprentice. Shirou had started going away on a regular basis once I was old enough to stay home by myself. He'd always give some childish, unbelievable explanation like, I'm going to go on an adventure around the world. Then he'd actually do it. From then on, that's how it always was. It wasn't unusual for him to be gone for a month, and at times he didn't come home for half a year. The Emiya Mansion is an expansive Japanese samurai-style house, and Shirou and I were the only ones living there. Really? It felt too big and empty for a child like me, and at times I felt lost. But I liked my life there. Damn! It's not like this kid fucking scored. Rich dad showed up. Hey, son, you want to come to my big epic manor where I live all by myself, apparently? Whenever Shirou came home from his trips, he would brag and tell stories like an excited child. And another child, one who shared his last name, always looked forward to those stories. I may have been alone in the mansion, but Shirou's stories always helped lessen that. He was always pursuing a dream like a boy. I was wary of his whims, yet at the same time, he always looked radiant to me. Maybe that's why I hoped to be like him one day. Well, as childish as I might have been, I realized I needed to get my act together since I had an old man with his head constantly in the clouds. The way that was told was really good. I'm just going to say that right now. Oh, we're flashing back. Hey, one day. One day? One day? I hear a sound. The heavy rusted hinges on the door creak as it's being pushed open. Okay, so we are now flashing back a few days. So we're going to see things now from his perspective. Light pours in through the crack in the door. My mind tries to shake off the slumber. Who's talking to me? I don't think my dad would call me senpai.
Senpai? 起きてますか?
High voice. Is that Sakura? That might make sense because we did talk about how Sakura would be big sad if anything happened to this guy, right? So you live with him or something? Where the hell am I?
Senpai, are you awake?
I hear footsteps drawing near, and I feel the winter air flowing in. Yeah. Hey, baby. Morning, Sakura.
Yes, good morning to you too, Senpai. Senpai, it's morning. It's still early, but Miss Fujimura will be mad if she finds you sleeping here.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for waking me up, as always.
It is no problem at all. You're always up early in the morning. I don't often get to wake you up like this.
Not sure why, but Sakura looks more cheerful than usual. I think it was actually, he was in the classroom, he just fell asleep when he got here. I guess. Or he spent the night here? I don't know. I don't know about that. I think you wake me up more often than you think. Then again, Fujini is brutal when she's the one waking me up, so I prefer you do it. Yep, I've learned my lesson. I'll try not to sleep in here next time. I answer, still half asleep. My head's still not right, so even I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, okay, but personally, I'd prefer you not try too hard.
Sakura's giggling. Crap. I must still be so sleepy I've said something weird. Give me a minute to wake up. The cold winter air helps at times like this. The chill snaps my lethargic mind awake. And in front of me stands my junior at school, Sakura Mato. I'm in my house's storehouse, and it's just about 6 o'clock in the morning. Wait, what? I'm in my house's... Wait, where the... What? I'm in the storehouse? Why would Miss Fujimura care? Fujini is brutal when she's the one waking me up? The teacher lady? I need more context.
Senpai?
Yeah, I'm awake now. Sorry, Sakura. I did it again. I need to help you with breakfast.
Don't worry about that. You were up late again last night, weren't you? Then you should take your time this morning. I'll fix breakfast.
Sakura is practically bouncing with excitement. That's odd. Sakura is weirdly energetic this morning. No, I'm getting up, honest. So let's head to the kitchen together. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go, Sakura.
Senpai.
Huh? What? Is something wrong?
No, not exactly, but, I believe you should change before you head back inside the house.
Am I like naked or some shit? Got my dick out? Oh. I finally look at myself. I fell asleep working last night, so I'm still wearing my coveralls. The coveralls I wear while I'm working are usually dirty. Who knows what Fujini would say or do if I went into the house as is? What am I doing, like fixing shit? I see a bunch of shit on the floor back there. Okay, guess I'm not quite awake yet. Yeah, I must be more out of it than usual.
You might be right, which is why you should leave breakfast to me. And you should take it easy, Senpai. Besides, Miss Fujimura would be really angry if she saw the mess here.
Yeah, then I'll get changed. So you go on ahead.
Okay, I'll be waiting, Senpai.
Sakura quickly walks out. Okay then. I'll change into my school uniform first. Then I need to collect all the parts I left scattered around. The storehouse is in the corner of the backyard, and all sorts of junk is crammed in here. Though I've always liked to tinker with gadgets, so the place is a treasure trove to me. The old man forbade me to go into the storehouse, but I ignored his warnings and snuck inside almost every day. Now it's sort of a base for me. I guess you could call this place my real room. The massive Emiya house never felt homey to me, but I've always felt at ease in here, surrounded by all this junk. Besides, it's wasteful. It may be junk, but a lot of it still works. The majority of the things in the storehouse are everyday things, mostly usable. I'm not sure whether I brought it all in because I liked it in here, or whether I liked this place because it was full of junk. Either way, I snuck into the storehouse almost daily, and I made it a sort of hobby of fixing broken things. I'm not the type who gets attached to things, but it just didn't feel right to neglect things that are still usable. Or maybe it would be better to say the idea of doing that just bothered me, which is why I stayed up all night trying to fix a broken stove. I guess I'll be done tomorrow. Falling asleep midway is proof I'm not concentrating. I try to shake off my self-disgust at that. I gather the parts for the stove and put them back on the shelf of things waiting to get fixed. There's no more room though. Once I fix the stove, an old VCR is up next, both of which were destroyed by Fujini. We can set that aside for now. Okay then. I changed into my school uniform. Since the storehouse is like my own room, I have all the essentials, including change of clothes in here. The rest are things like haphazardly drawn blueprints scattered all over the place, and literal junk from my failed attempts at fixing various things. Also, there's some sort of pattern carved into the storehouse's floor, perhaps used as some sort of an altar in the past. Okay, gotta work hard again today. I clap my hands in prayer at the storehouse and then turn towards the mansion. Birds! I walk from the storehouse to the mansion. This Emiya residence is a Japanese samurai-style house located on the outskirts of town. Jesus Christ, it's massive as fuck. My old man wasn't from a notable family, and for some reason he owned this giant house. That in itself was a mystery, and it also seems he didn't have any relatives here in Japan. Weird. And so when my old man died, oh, he's dead? There was no one else to inherit this mansion, so it came to me as his adopted son. Though to be honest, I don't have any administrative abilities. So things like inheritance, property taxes, and any other complicated things are all handled by old man Fujimura. Oh. Wait, what? So, is this the dad of the teacher? Fujini, I guess would be, yeah. 2 E's is dude, 2 I's is girl. Old man Fujimura is a major businessman who lives nearby. Kiritsugu described old man Fujimura as an old man who's like a Yakuza boss. So you should talk like this. Obviously, that was his own biased view. In fact, old man Fujimura is not like a Yakuza boss. He is a Yakuza boss. That may be a problem in itself, but I try not to dwell on it. Anyway, that's why I live in this giant mansion on my own. It's been 5 years since my old man died. Time sure does fly. I sigh, thinking about how much I've grown in those 5 years. I trained every day to become like Kiritsugu, but that's easier said than done. It's not surprising since I didn't have what it takes from the start, but the fact that I haven't improved at all these past 5 years forces me to reassess things. If I had to sum up my current situation, I'd say I set the bar too high. Haven't even reached the starting line. No, rushing won't do me any good. For now, I just have to do what I can. Okay then. What I need to do now is... choices! Choices! I'll go help Sakura. I'll take care of my daily tasks. The first choice. So yeah, you guys did tell me there are bad endings in this game, but apparently the bad endings are still like worth seeing. I don't know which is which, but we'll just kind of, play it by ear and go along. I don't even know if every choice is necessarily like gonna lead to a branching path or if it's just more like, fluff dialogue. I'll go help Sakura. Right, I need help Sakura. Making someone younger than me do all the work would be embarrassing. And I feel bad for Sakura coming here so early in the morning. But I'm too late. Breakfast looks to be done already. The appetizing scent of the breakfast Sakura cooked wafts toward me from the kitchen. So why the fuck is she here then? If he lives here by himself, is she's just like a friend? She just come here and do stuff? Sakura finished cooking and she's searching the cupboards for dishes. Sorry, I can at least serve everything. So go and sit down.
Oh, you're here. You're already here, senpai.
It wasn't exactly quick. It's already 10 past 6. And that's when we're usually eating breakfast. So, yeah, I overslept.
I don't believe that's true. You're not in any school clubs, so it's still early.
Clubs have nothing to do with it. And if they do, you coming by in the mornings must be a lot of trouble since you do have morning practice.
Oh, well, I want to do this, so please don't worry about me.
Yeah, you keep saying that, which is why I wake up early, club or no. If you're coming by, it'd be rude to still be asleep. To me, waking up early is waking up before Sakura gets here. and oversleeping means I make Sakura prepare breakfast on her own, like today. Though this arrangement started only about a year and a half ago. You sit, Sakura. The food just needs to be plated and set on the table, so at least let me do that. I stand next to Sakura and pull out the dishes. Sakura has a surprisingly stubborn side, so she won't rest unless I really push.
Then let me help. I'll plate the food, so please take out the rice bowl, senpai.
No, I'm saying I'll do it all myself.
No, you shouldn't. You're the head of the house, so the least you can do in the morning is to sit and act all important.
What the fuck? Act all important? I wouldn't be much of a head of the house if I made you do all the work while I sit back, now would I? Come on, go and sit in the sitting room, Sakura.
Well, by all means, please be that kind of head of house. I'm also doing this to pay you back for all the delicious meals you let me eat. So, I'd like for you to relax.
Hey, we split the cost of groceries, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. In fact, I'm the one who should be thanking you. Ever since you started coming by, I've been eating a lot better.
I knew it. You don't get it, do you, senpai? That's not why your meals here are good.
Huh? What do you mean?
No, never mind. But please feel responsible because
Oh, what?
I can't enjoy a meal anywhere else now.
What? That's a weird thing to say. What if Fujini heard that? She doesn't get sarcastic jokes. No, wait, wait. That is a girl. Wait, the fuck? No, it is girl. I got it backwards. No, Ni is, EE is girl. I is boy. So we're talking about the other, whatever. Just keep, shut up. Nico, shut up.
You're right. It wouldn't be great if Miss Fujimura heard that.
Right, so don't say stuff like that.
No, I won't. I won't say things like that, so I can help you, right, senpai?
I think this girl loves me. Sakura looks me in the eye so naturally and calmly. Fine, do what you want. If you want to so badly, I'll have you do everything.
Yes, I will do as I please.
Honestly, you don't listen to anything I tell you anymore, Sakura.
That's true. Maybe I'm becoming more like Miss Fujimura.
She responds softly as she reaches towards the cupboard. Her dark hair gently falls over her shoulder and the curves of her body catch my eye. Damn, boy, look at that, damn. I can't explain it, but it's awkward. I'm not sure if it's our age, but Sakura's been looking more feminine lately. Damn, boy. Her casual movements or her profile are so pretty, and I inadvertently avert my eyes. We cut the hentai out of this. By the way, I just want to throw out there, so yes, I'm aware that this game originally had H scenes in it, right? I thought about potentially modding them back into the game and then just continue with the story and then obviously censoring things as necessary, but still reading out the goofy shit. I think what I'm gonna do is I might save that for a bonus video on its own. I still might try to do that, but do one video where I cover all of the moments where that happens. And the reason I want to do that is, one, I've heard that the H scenes aren't good, right? The reason we would even do it is because they're really funny. Gut-bustingly funny and not nut-bustingly sexy. So essentially, I don't know if I want to ruin potentially the immersion of the excellent writing around it to just get to this moment where all seriousness is gone potentially. I don't know how it's gonna go. Maybe it would be fine, but that's one thought I have. I also, because those scenes, right, never got an actual official localization, right, means that we probably are only able to pull from the funny one. The original translation, which was a fan translation of this game, which had a lot of hilarious shit in it. I don't know. I would be surprised if there is a mod out there that also puts them in there and has a better translation for it. But I think I've just heard all around it's pretty bad. And I think it would be funnier if we do it to do the assuming there even is a quote unquote better one, it would just be better to do the funny one. Because overall, people have described it as very sort of tacked on, it's very unnecessary. Because so much of the game is well written and that shit just stands out like a sore thumb. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. This has not been modded in any way to include that. I don't know, you guys can tell me or clarify if you think that is something that oh no, you don't have to worry about that, Nico, totally do it or something. And But like, either way, regardless, when I do it, it would be obviously censored for if there's any nudity or whatever. And some dialogue I might have to like censor myself and sing out loud, maybe. If it's like really crude. But I also think it might just be better to risk potentially getting a single video age gated rather than maybe multiple videos if it's spread throughout the game. But I don't know. That's sort of my thought process now. Let me know what you think if that sort of works for you. But I think it would be kind of funny to check it out. Even if it is a slightly censored format, obviously.
Senpai, is something the matter?
I think you're hot. No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Honestly, it's baffling. Why the hell am I getting nervous around my friend's younger sister? Your friend's younger sister. Wait. Sakura's just a really good and considerate younger friend of mine, and she's someone I need to look after. She's the younger sister of a friend of mine. We used to be friendly, though initially we weren't very close as she's a grade up below me. It was only a year and a half ago that our relationship became more what it is now. Sakura started to come and cook meals for me when I got hurt, and things kind of stayed like that. Got hurt from what? I think this arrangement was supposed to last until I got better, but I guess something or other happened, and somehow she ended up helping out with household chores. Either way, Sakura's a good cook, and her cleaning and laundry skills are perfect. Having her come early in the morning is a big help, but it's been disconcerting recently. Sakura isn't the problem, it's me. I'm sure being flustered by my friend's sister is part of the reason I feel guilty. Usually I'm unfazed, but when I blush because I get caught off guard like now, I wonder whether that's problematic as her senpai. She's so hot. I love purple hair. Breakfast is lined up neatly on the table. A perfectly balanced meal of chicken with parsley salad, grilled salmon, blanched spinach, miso soup with radish and carrots, and grated yam soup. Jesus Christ. Wait, I have 2 different soups and a salad with chicken and grilled salmon. That's so much food, bro. Holy fuck. Protein. Thank you for the meal. Sakura and I sit down and bow and begin our meal in silence. The gentle tapping of chopsticks is the only sound in the room. Sakura isn't typically talkative, and I hardly have anything to chat about during meals. So we eat in silence. Normally it's much rowdier than this, but the person who usually causes the commotion... Oh god! Must have watched a spy movie or something last night because she's eyeing the two of us through a newspaper she propped up in front of her food. Why are you here too then?
Miss Fujimura, it may not be wise to read while you eat.
Sakura remarks diffidently, but Fujimi ignores her. Fujini's acting weird, but her being weird at breakfast isn't really all that weird for her. Sakura's used to it too, and she's eating as if nothing's the matter. Sakura typically cooks up Western dishes. She really only began learning to cook Japanese dishes since she started coming here to help me out. Sakura learned to cook simple Japanese dishes, at least for breakfast, because Fujini and I prefer them. Now Sakura's cooking skills have improved to the point she's better than me, and I'm the one who was teaching her. Her miso soup is flavorful and refined now, and she's even gotten to the point where she can grate yams to make yam soup. Actually, I think today is the first time she served yam soup. Sorry, Sakura, could you pass the soy sauce?
Here. Oh my, senpai. You run out of the soy sauce you usually use.
Then I can use Fujini's. Pass it over.
Miss Fujimura, do you mind?
Fujini nods. The newspaper shuffles. She's like a big pissed.
Here you go. Are we going to use it for your yam soup?
Yeah, everyone puts soy sauce on grated yams. A line of soy sauce streams from the bottle onto the grated white mound. I stir the mixture up, pouring it over my rice and taking a bite. The stickiness of the grated yam combined with the intense flavor of the soy sauce. What the? This isn't soy sauce. It's oyster sauce. What the fuck? Fujini tosses her newspaper onto the table with an enthusiastic flick of her wrist.
My What'd you think of my little son switching the oyster sauce and soy sauce labels first thing in the morning?
The not-so-mysterious spy punches the air in victory. Oh my god. Yeah, I definitely got the inclination that this chick was a fucking weirdo. Even just from like the 2 seconds we saw her before. Look at the face she's making right now. Look at this. Who pulls a stunt like that first thing in the morning? You're going to turn 25 this year, but you're still the same childish Fujini I've always known.
That'll teach you a lesson after yesterday. You and everyone else who ganged up on me deserve divine justice.
People can't enact divine justice. I knew you were weirdly quiet. I can't believe you've been plotting this since yesterday. You have entirely too much free time on your hands.
That's right. And because of that, I really need to get to work grading tests. So I need to skedaddle or else I'm in real trouble.
Fujini sits back down and shovels her breakfast into her mouth. Why are you here?
Thanks for the meal. Breakfast was great as usual, Sakura. Oh, it was my pleasure. And now I'm heading off. You two will be in trouble if you're late for school.
And off she goes, stomping out in a rush. There's something terribly wrong with a world that allows someone like her to be a teacher.
Senpai?
Sorry, that Fujini hardly savored the breakfast you took so much work into making.
No, it's not that. What did you do to Miss Fujimura yesterday? She wouldn't usually go so far as to mess with someone's meal.
Well, I accidentally called her by her nickname.
Well, I guess there's no avoiding her getting angry again. And you didn't apologize?
Sorry, I forgot. But only because that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Still not good. You know how much Miss Fujimura hates being called by her nickname. You made her cry again, didn't you?
Is it Fujini? Something else? Ding dong and doodly? Not only did I make her cry, she also ran away like a scared rabbit. And thanks to that incident, yesterday's English class ended up being a study hall. In fact, everyone in class worked together to make an award for me from their notebook paper because of that. I threw it away, obviously. I was like, yeah, dude, way to go, man. You made the teacher cry. We get free class.
Oh my, sounds like you brought that on yourself then, Senpai.
Fujini is like an older sister to Sakura, so she's typically on Fujini's side. Which is fine on its own, but I wish she would consider the fact that I have to deal with Fujini all day long. Fujini was originally an acquaintance of my old man, and she swung by the house pretty frequently since I was adopted. She kept on coming over even after my old man died. Now she acts like a freeloader, eating breakfast and dinner every day. I don't really live here alone, do I? Actually, it might have been thanks to Fujini that I was able to make it on my own after my old man died. And now it is me, Fujini, and Sakura who are the residents of this Emiya house. But at the same time, I'm the one who knows that my old man was a mage. They say mages have to keep that part of their lives secret. Which is why I've also been hiding from others that I'm learning magecraft after I became my old man's apprentice. Learning may be a bit of a stretch, really, since I can barely use magecraft properly. So it wouldn't make much of a difference whether I hide magecraft or not. But since it was my old man's dying wish, I've been training in secret. Okay, well, this explains how he's gonna end up summoning a servant. Is he just like wake up and he's like, holy shit, where'd all this sweet energy come from? Oh my god. I thought I died. I finish breakfast and get ready for school. I put away the dishes with Sakura as I listen to the news on TV in the background. Sakura is looking blankly at the TV. A flashy caption reading, "Gas leaks continue," pops up on the screen. There seems to have been a big accident in the neighboring city of Shinto. It happened in a building in the business district. Apparently everyone on one of its floors lost consciousness from oxygen deprivation. Authorities have been calling it an accident resulting from gas leaks. For some reason, these incidents have been happening often. Is this like our Holy Grail War shit? Servants have been out here like doing some bullshit or something? Like sucking up the air? Are you worried about the incident, Sakura?
Not really. I was just thinking that this isn't in Shinto, which is very close to us. Senpai, your part-time job is in Shinto, right?
Yeah, but the shop's not that big. I don't think an accident like that would happen there. But I can't entirely ignore the idea either. Gas leaks can happen in any building, and it especially pains me to think that hundreds of people have fallen victim. Some say these accidents are happening because of faulty construction work done during the rapid development projects in Shinto. Either way, I hope there won't be any more victims. It's a disturbing story. We need to be careful too.
Well, don't worry about that, Senpai. I always make sure to check that the gas is turned off properly. Twice.
Sakura proudly proclaims. No, that's not my point. Yep, I've always known Sakura is a little off too. Check it twice.
Senpai, did you lock the back door?
I bolted it. Is that a problem?
Not at all. Then I'll lock all the doors. What time are you planning to be home today, Senpai?
I think I'll be home a little late. What about you, Sakura? We're going to the same place, right?
I should be back at the usual time. I think I'll be back before you, so I'll make preparations for dinner.
Yeah, that'll be great. I'll try to come home as soon as possible too. The gate is locked tight. Sakura and Fujini both have keys to the house, and the rule is that whoever leaves last is in charge of locking everything up. Let's go. You'll be late for morning practice if you don't hurry.
Okay, let's hurry then, Senpai.
So I think this is the day where we see Ren go there with Mitsuzuri, right? And then Sakura shows up a bit afterwards. Sakura and I walk into town. We walk downhill along a long wall to reach a more populated residential area. The Emiya house is located on top of a hill away from the center of town. Heading down the hill leads us to the residential area. Going further down, we reach the intersection at the center of town. Several roads lead out from the center of town. There's a large bridge that connects to the neighboring town. A hill that leads to Ryudo Temple. A residential area located opposite my house. A shopping district that both Sakura and I often go to. And finally, there's a path that leads to our school. All so conveniently placed. We head straight to school without taking any detours. It's barely 7 o'clock, so there's hardly anyone around. Students making their way to their morning club activities are the only ones to be found along our route. See you later. Good luck at practice. I see Sakura off at the school gate as usual. Sakura's in the Kyudo club, so this is where we usually split off. And yet, Sakura doesn't budge this morning. Sakura? Are you not feeling well or something?
No, it's not that. Senpai, maybe it's time you come visit the dojo?
Well, I don't really have any business at the dojo. Besides, Issei asked me to do something, so I need to go to the student council room.
I suppose you're right. I'm sorry for bringing it up.
She wants you to watch your practice, you fuckhead. Sakura quickly bows her head. Huh?
I'll be going then. Please look forward to dinner tonight.
Sakura runs towards the dojo, seeming almost apologetic. What was that? I wonder what that was all about. Dense protagonist, dense protagonist, dense protagonist. All right, if time is truly a linear path, we will at some point run into Rin. Issei, are you in? I'm here. You're a little late this morning, Emiya. Issei glances up from his desk, looking like he's been studying some papers. Is it just you, Issei? Where's the rest? They should all be at school by now. Well, unfortunately, the rest of the members are all very on the clock. They all have their set work hours, and they don't want to come in early or stay late. So that's why the student council president is doing busy work himself. Guess you've got your own problems to deal with. Well, I live for these sorts of problems. I don't need your sympathy, Emiya. What are you talking about? I'm not sympathizing with you. Well, that's too bad. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. After all, the fact of the matter is that you still care. Issei, who is gathering his papers into a single sheaf and tapping the edge against the table to square them neatly, is the big boss of the student council. He's been working to reform the student council, which has grown quite lax, and he's been a friend of mine since our first year in school. His full name is Issei Ryudo. Despite his old-fashioned sounding name, he has elegant facial features, and he's popular with the girls. Because this is not the brother of Sakura then, or the friend they said is the older brother of Sakura. He's also been the student council president, so you'd think he would have the leg up over everyone else, but that's not exactly the case. Nothing beats a scalding hot cup of tea in the morning. It's saying stuff like that as he sips tea that prevents him from quite sticking the landing. As evidence, Issei is quite plain. He's prone to be misunderstood, yet he neither dabbles in relationships nor he does what typical students do for fun. He's the heir of Ryudo Temple, which sits atop a mountain. He himself understands that he will inherit the temple, and there's a strong possibility that he'll shave his head without so much as a complaint as soon as he graduates from school. No, not the glorious hair! So, what do you want me to do today? Well, I'd like to tell you to sit down and relax, but we really don't have time. I'll explain as we go, so grab your tools and follow me. Let me get right to the point. Our school's spending habits are quite extreme. I know, the athletic clubs are favored, and there's not much money to go around in other places. Exactly. As a result, the culture clubs get the short end of the stick. I've been trying my best to establish a better budget for the arts, but the money trail's been pretty muddy, which is making my life harder, so the arts are suffering. The lack of heaters during the winter is especially concerning, and I have no solution for that. I see. Hey, hand me the flathead screwdriver. The biggest one. Oh, and give me some conductors too. Yeah, this one looks salvageable. Conductors? These? Sorry, I don't really know my way around tools. You can get mad if I'm wrong. It's fine, you got it right. So, what about lack of heaters? Is there anything else that's broken? Yes, the heating system in the second audiovisual room and the art club room might be on its last leg. Forms requesting to purchase new ones are piling up by the minute. And you're saying that there's no room in the budget. Well, this was just corroded. Good thing the inside's still intact. Oh, is that one salvageable, Emiya? Yeah, I can fix it. It's a good thing old machines are easy to figure out. The wire's just burnt out, so as long as those get replaced, it should last until the end of the year. Is that so? Way to go, Emiya! I'm glad you're so reliable and helpful. You say some weird stuff, Issei. Oh, hey, I'm almost done, so go ahead and step out. Got it. I won't get in your way. Issei quietly steps out of the classroom. He might be thinking that I'm going to start on some sensitive work. Well, I guess you can call it sensitive work. I put my hand to the old electric stove. Oh, am I about to do some magic bullshit or something? No matter how long someone's been fixing things, they usually can't figure out what's wrong by sight. So the fact that I can means what I'm doing is not ordinary. I close my eyes and look inside the stove by touch. I can see a fucking future! And then suddenly, a single image pops into my head. Woo! There are two places where the wire's about to break. The electrical pipe should last a bit longer. The power cord should be fine with just insulation tape. Damn, I got like X-ray vision or something? Cool. Neat. Magic powers are awesome! Good. I should be able to fix it with just the tools I brought along. If the electrical pipes were broken, it wouldn't be fixable by an amateur. Had that been the case, a certain strengthening would have to be done, which no amateur could manage, but I should be able to fix this one by sight. This is the magecraft Kiritsugu taught me. Cool. The ability to fix. Okay, let's begin. I take off the cover to begin my repairs. I already know where it's broken, so the rest of the work is easy. It's the one thing that I'm good at. That's right. I, Shirou Emiya, have absolutely no talent in magecraft. But for some reason, I have a knack for visualizing the structure of things or blueprints, like I did just now. My old man once saw me imagining recreate a blueprint. He looked surprised, then muttered, "What a useless talent." My special talent appears to be pointless. According to my old man, the fact that I can visualize object structures isn't really helpful. A mage normally wouldn't need to survey an object's entire structure like I do. He claims the mage's struggle is to instantly seek out an object's center, or its core, and transform it as quickly as possible. That's why reading blueprints is a waste of time, and even that only helps seek out areas for magical energy to pass through. And so, fixing broken stuff is one of the only things I'm good at. After all, I don't have to open the entire thing up to find the problem. Yeah! If I can find the problem quickly, I can fix most things as long as I have the know-how to repair it. That is a pretty stupid way to use your sweet demon powers, Shirou. Though I only do that with things as an amateur could reasonably be expected to fix. Okay, done. What's next? I put away the conductors, pick up the screwdriver and wrench, and head out into the hall. Issei, repairs are done. Oh, hey. A female student is standing next to Issei in the hallway. Hey, the timelines have converged. Whoa, that's what she looks like from the front. Whoa, I haven't seen you in non-cutscene format before, Rin. I like your big old fucking blazer. She looks like she came out of Harry Potter or something. She got like a big old like wizarding cloak. She's a goddamn wizard, Larry. I'm a little surprised. The girl talking to Issei is Rin Tasaka, a second year from Class A. She lives in a giant Western-style mansion up on a big hill, and she's an extraordinary honor student. She's pretty, smart, athletic, no flaws at all. She's intelligent and polite, and she never brags about her looks. She's truly the ideal girl to guys, apparently. Which is why the male students treat her like an idol. It's funny, yeah, but Tasaka is just too good, and she's become unattainable. Ha 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 ha! Funny. That's funny. It's interesting now seeing that, but now from the outside perspective, right? But we know from her side, she essentially just like pushes everybody away. She's actually insanely isolated, but everyone just looks at her like, wow, she's so cool. She's just like better than everybody. She's too good for other people, right? But that's not at all the way she like sees herself. She feels like she has to be, she strives to be the best, but she's not, but she keeps people away because she doesn't, I think, feel like she can have a normal life. The guys all say the only people who can talk to Tasaka are Issei and the teachers. Well, okay, I'm also a guy. And I'm including myself in the list of her admirers. Tasaka is looking at us, annoyed. I guess rumors are true that Issei and Tasaka don't get along. Oh, sorry. I was the one who asked you for a favor. I made you do all the work. Forgive me. Whoa. He's pretty gutsy, talking to me and completely ignoring Tasaka like that. Don't worry about it. So what's next? There's not much time. Yeah, next is the audio-visual room. Here it's been on its last leg for a while, but apparently it's finally given out. If it's dead, I won't be able to fix it. It might be better to buy a new one. That might be true, but I appreciate it if you took a look at it anyway. I might think it's dead, but it might just be playing dead to you. You think so? Then let me take a look. There's only about 30 minutes until homeroom starts. I'll need to hurry and fix it or I'll run out of time. I head to the audiovisual room, but I realized completely ignoring Tasaka would be rude. I turn to face her since she's been standing there the whole time. You're here early, Tasaka. I blurt out the first thing that comes to mind and then follow Issei. Yeah, I remember I was like, that was kind of a weird random thing he said. You made it just in time. Sorry for all the trouble, Emiya. I'm a bad friend for asking a favor from you and making you late for class. Don't sweat it. It won't be a problem if I'm late, or it might be an issue if you were late. That's true, but I'm glad we made it. Issei exhales a sigh of relief and heads to his desk. It's exactly 8 o'clock, 5 minutes after the bell for homeroom rings. Fujini will enter the classroom. Whew! My breathing is labored as I ran from the audiovisual room. I take a deep breath before I take my seat. Oh boy, okay, here we go. So People said, yeah, like my voice for this guy was also not quite right. Went a little too dude bro-y, and he should probably be a little more arrogant.
朝から騒がしいねエミヤ部活を辞めてから何をしてるかと思えば
This guy definitely has a look about him. I feel like I could go the quote-unquote Joshua voice, but his voice is too deep for that. I don't imagine people probably look at him that way. Like, it kind of is, but like, granted, you know, the Joshua voice is of my own doing, but I think I know what I can do for him. And comparatively, Joshua did have a much higher voice anyway.
What's with all the commotion so early in the morning, Emiya? Didn't realize you became Ryudo's whipping boy after you quit our club. Not that I care. But since you have no principles of your own, don't do anything to ruin our rep.
Ah. Standing in front of my desk is Shinji Mato. Oh! This guy's my friend? This douchey dude? Ugh. You need better friends, man. This guy seems like a fucking weirdo. He's been a friend of mine since middle school. His last name is Mato, and he's Sakura's older brother. He's 1 year older than her. Yo, things at the Kyoto Club going well, Shinji?
Of course. There's no point in telling an outsider like you. The club's nice and peaceful now, and there's one less member trying to hog all the attention. We're definitely going to make waves at the next tournament.
Is that so? I guess Misazura is working really hard.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I'm the only reason the Kyoto Club is setting records. You've been an outsider for a long time, so stop acting like you know it all, or you're going to embarrass yourself.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Besides, I'm not involved with the club, so I won't really concern myself with it much. I put my bag on my desk and pull the chair back.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying my Kyoto Club's boring to you?
I'm not saying that. Just that I'm not involved at all. I'm not a part of the club anymore. So it's not right for me to just drop into the dojo. But if there's anything you need, just let me know. I'll help whenever you need it. Remember you weren't good at fixing string bows.
Yeah? Thanks. I'll give you a call if there are ever chores to be done. Though I doubt that'll ever happen.
Well, that's good. Captain who leaves busy work behind wouldn't be much of a captain. Just try not to trouble Miss Fujimura. She's terrifying if she gets mad.
Mind your own business. Just remember that you're not a member of the club anymore, so don't go near the dojo.
This guy's such a fucking prick. This guy's been your friend? And just like that, Shinji heads off to his seat, all self-important, bluster as ever. Huh. He does seem moodier than usual. Oh, it's probably because, yeah, he's all pissed off because Rin gave it to him. Socked it to him. Unbelievable. How could he talk to you like that? He was the one who kicked you out. Oh, Issei, were you there the whole time? What do you mean? How can you be so cold to me when I was listening attentively to the conversation out of concern for my friend? Huh? What does concern have to do with it? I haven't done anything worth worrying about. Fool! Of course I'm concerned. You have a short fuse. Now, granted, if you punch Shinji, that would have gotten you some applause, but it probably wouldn't make the girls happy. It would be right for me to put my friend in such an unpleasant position. Really, my guy has a short fuse? So far he seems chill as fuck. Seems like nothing phases him. I get it. Yeah, good point. Thanks, Issei. I don't think that would ever happen, but I appreciate the concern. Good. As long as you understand. But I was surprised. You usually get mad at the drop of a hat. But you're pretty tolerant, Mato. Yeah, but she's just been like that for as long as I've known him. You get used to it. Fucking hell, dude. You need better friends, my guy. Guess that's how it is. It is. Now, come on, go back to your desk if you're satisfied. It's almost time for Miss Fujimura to dash in. More like floating. The bell to start homeroom rings. Normally, the homeroom teacher comes into the classroom 5 minutes before homeroom starts, but our teacher isn't what you'd call typical. Homeroom for Class 2C typically starts 1 minute after the starting bell. In other words, oh god. I'm late! It's like the fucking rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. Homeroom starts with the sound of Fujini's shouts and hurried footsteps. Oh, shit!
Okay, I made it. Good morning,
Blah! Gonk! Fujini tumbles, and I hear some kind of unnatural sound. Contrary to the hectic sounds of a few seconds earlier, the classroom is now dead silent. The mood shifts sharply. It's no wonder Fujini is called a human roller coaster. Oh god, music changed again. But honestly, the way she fell didn't seem like a laughing matter. Fujini hit her head against the podium and she's lying still on the floor, like she's fucking dead. Seeing her lying there, face down and unmoving, has everyone imagining the worst.
Hey, someone up front, wake her up!
No, I don't want to. She'd probably like bite me or something if I get too close.
She's not a mimic. Miss Fujimura wouldn't do that.
Why don't you wake her up then?
Pass. I hate stuff like this. I don't like it either. You were gonna make a girl do it. The boys should step up and take control.
The students in the front row start getting rowdy. Those of us sitting in the middle rows can't see what's going on, so we all stand up to get a look.
Hey, she's not moving. Did she faint?
Someone brings up the obvious. But the problem is, how will we get Fujini to the infirmary? We're all like comrades in arms after our time dealing with Fujini. Probably nobody's thrilled by the idea of taking a teacher to the infirmary.
Miss Fujimura, are you okay?
A brave girl approaches. Fujini isn't moving. The class grows more concerned.
That didn't look good. Her head literally slammed the corner of the podium. If that didn't hurt her, she really is invincible.
Maybe we can recruit her for the baseball team?
That's more like a threat. The moment the tiger becomes the head of the baseball team, we'll be bound for the big Kusian tournament.
That must be her nickname, the Tiger.
Miss Fujimura! Miss Fujimura! That's no use. She's not responding.
Hey, you're right next to her. Wake her up.
Oh, what? I don't want to. She's dead. I'll be as good as dead too.
If things get worse, we just leave her.
But nobody wants to get near her.
Fine, we have no choice to go with our last resort.
Yeah, that.
Everyone's on the same page, except Shinji and I. We keep quiet because the two of us dared not be part of what was about to happen.
Ready? Wake up, tiger!
Comes out a whisper, even with so many students speaking in unison. The word tiger is especially inaudible, and yet, twitch. Fujini's previously motionless body reacts. Oh my god.
Whoa! She moved! This might be working, everyone.
Keep going! It's the punishment of the tiger!
Everyone must be on edge since midterm tests are approaching. It's a terrible idea on their part, but some students start to wave their arms and chant Fujini's nickname. Wake up, Tiger! It's morning!
You need to tiger up!
Don't give in, Tiger! Stand up, Tiger!
Come on, wake up! Time to wake the sleeping tiger!
Tiger! Tiger! Tiger!
Ah! Don't call me tiger!
Ah! Like a sudden bolt of lightning striking, Fujini stands valiantly, as if the fall hardly scratched her.
Huh? What are you all doing? You guys shouldn't get out of your seats during homeroom. Come on, get back to your seats and we'll begin.
Fujini, back to her normal self, stands at the podium. It appears she recalled nothing between the time she jumped into the classroom and the time she woke up.
Hey, Tiger doesn't remember anything.
Sweet, we're lucky this morning.
I don't know if you can call this lucky, honestly.
The students shuffle back to their desks.
Did someone just mock me?
No, absolutely not. Must be your imagination.
Really? Then okay. We're going to start morning homeroom. So everyone, listen up.
Fujini casually starts homeroom. She always goes on digressions between announcements, so it goes slowly.
Which is why everyone should go home at an appropriate hour. The gates close at 6, so everyone doing club activities shouldn't stay any longer than necessary.
But 6 is so early. Taiga, don't the athletic clubs get an exception?
They will not. And Goto, you better call me Miss Fujimura. The next time you call me by my first name, I'll be getting mad, okay?
Ah, I see. Her first name's Taiga, which sounds like tiger, I say. Yes, ma'am. I'll be careful next time. Goto sits back down. He doesn't seem particularly remorseful. Too easy. When Fujini says she gets mad, she gets mad. Doesn't matter if it's with a teacher or a student. And that is as close as to a serious warning as she's ever going to give. But Goto doesn't realize it.
That's it for today's homeroom announcements. I'll see you all at third period English class.
Fujini waves and leaves. So that was Taiga Fujimura, the teacher of room 2C. Her nickname, Tiger. That might seem like a joke, but it isn't. She got the nickname because it sounds like her name, Taiga, but Fujini hates it. According to her, it doesn't sound feminine. But she got the nickname because of how she acts, so she kind of had it coming. Ha! Class will begin. Class duty. Okay, what is this guy's? Let me hear this guy's voice. I mean, I think I'm probably dead on with it, but I just want to hear it anyway.
授業を始める。日直礼を。
Yep. Class will begin. Class duty. Lead the greeting. As Fujini exits the room, the first period teacher enters. Because Fujini takes up almost all the homeroom time, mornings are always like this for our class. I'm not sure how significant that guy's going to be. But he has a portrait. And so another day of class ends. There are many types of students. Some immerse themselves in club activities, some hurry home, and some hang out in the classroom after class for no particular reason. I don't really fit in any of those categories. Do you have a minute, Emiya? Picking back up with what we did this morning. Do you have some more time? Well, it's not like I don't have any plans. It's not as if I don't do anything at all. The biggest reason I quit the Kyudo club in the first place was that I wanted to prioritize my part-time job. It's been 5 years since I started part-time jobs to earn money for living expenses on my own after my old man died. And when you do so many different jobs, there are some requests you just can't say no to. Today is one of them. I was asked to help restock some product for a bar, since they wanted as many strong helping hands as they could get. Though I'm sure I don't have to go help. The bar is likely asking everyone as an excuse to gather some folks and hang out afterwards. There are two options. I should. I'll go to my part-time job, I'll help the student council. The stuff for this morning is unfinished, so I should at least finish what I started. Change of plans. You want me to finish what we started in the morning, right? Leave it to me. I'll finish all repairs before exam starts. That'll be helpful. Let's go check out our patient in the art club. Sure thing. Oh, but make sure there's nobody around. I can't concentrate when there's people around. Of course. I won't let anyone get in your way. Can't let them see my cool powers. Keeping up with Issei's brisk pace, I follow him out of the classroom. The sun has long since set by the time we step outside the building. The school gate is already closed. It's 7 o'clock, way past the time they closed the gates. But thanks to Issei's help, the two of us avoided trouble. You really helped me out today. I'll repay you for this. So don't hesitate to ask me if anything comes up. Sure. I don't think anything will come up, though. I didn't help him because I wanted something in return. And I don't think I would ask Issei for anything impossible. Honestly, you might have to reconsider being such a good guy all the time. Having you around is certainly helpful, but I can't stand when other people use you for their own ends. Helping people may be a good thing, but you should be more selective about who you help. You just do everything everyone asks. You think so? Am I really that much of a pushover? And that means heartless idiots are going to use you as they wish. You're a busy man, so it wouldn't hurt for you to decline requests from time to time. He says as I chose to help him. I honestly can't tell, but I think Issei is concerned for me. Ever since middle school, I've always been told how helpful I am, so I never decline requests or ask anything in return. I guess Issei thinks that's unhealthy. But I'm only doing this because I want to. And I decline any requests I feel are impossible, so there's no issue. You really don't need to worry about this. I know myself and my limits. Besides, helping people is a good thing, and not the sort of thing the son of a temple should be telling anyone not to do. But you take it to an extreme. You're going to burn yourself out. I'll keep your warning in mind. See you tomorrow at school. See you tomorrow. Issei leaves, looking dissatisfied. Issei lives in Ryudo Temple, located on top of a mountain, which means he and I have to go our separate ways. I walk through the still darkened town. It's about 7:30. There should still be people out and about at this hour, but there are no signs of anyone around. Oh, right. There was a crime committed in Miyama the other day. A burglar murdered someone, I think. Must be why there's no one around, and why the school curfew has been set to 6 o'clock. Gas leaks and burglars, huh? Seems like it's getting dangerous around here. No wonder people are avoiding walking around at night. It's probably not safe to let Sakura go home on her own anymore. Fujini might be fine, but Sakura's house is in the residential area on the other side of town. Guess I should walk her home starting to not... Huh? Can't quite believe what I'm seeing. I must be wrong. I sense a presence on the uphill path I was sure was empty. Whoever it is, they're standing still and look to be peering down at me. Ah! Looks like a little Russian child. This outfit. I unconsciously hold my breath. A girl with silvery hair smiles and walks down the path without making a sound. As she passes by,
You better summon one soon, or you'll die, big brother.
what she says makes no sense. That was weird. I climb up the hill and reach my house. The lights are already on, which means Sakura and Fujini are home. Weird. The moment I step into the living room, I smell the delicious aroma of dinner. Sakura and Fujini are both eating at the table. Tonight's meal is chicken stewed and cream sauce, and it's put Fujini in an especially good mood.
Welcome home, senpai. Please excuse us for eating ahead of you.
Thanks, and sorry for being late. I should have come home earlier.
That's fine. You still made it in time. Please wait while I prepare your plate.
Okay, thanks. I'll go wash up. So keep an eye on Fujini to make sure she doesn't eat my portion.
Yes, I'll do that.
I go to my room. It's a sparse room compared to the storehouse, but it's still decorated enough, considering I don't have any particular hobbies. Though most of them are random things Fujini just left here. After I wash my hands and change, I head back to see my food on the table. Thank you for the meal.
Please take in. Hope you like it.
Sakura's is humble as ever. Sakura's cooking skills have vastly improved over the past year. My cooking is no match for her Western foods. My Japanese dishes might be a little better. Neither of us is any good at making Chinese dishes. I'm glad to know she's improving, but it's also a little depressing when the pupil surpasses her master. Really is delicious. The longer you cook chicken, the tougher the meat gets, which is why you need to take the extra step of grilling the chicken to a crisp to seal in the juices and flavor. This requires exceptional skill, and something the clumsy Fujini would never be able to manage.
What do you think, senpai? I think today's dish turned out quite well.
No complaints here. The cream sauce is perfect. My cooking can't hold a candle to your Western dishes.
Yep. Ever since Sakura started cooking, all of her meat dishes have gotten better.
Fujimi has been concentrating on her meal until now. Pipes up.
And you're in trouble, Shirou. A student shouldn't stay out so late at night.
She looked to me to be in good spirits thanks to Sakura's meal, but the moment she sees my face, her mood turns sour.
I bet you were helping someone again. That's fine, but you really should be coming home early for now. Don't you remember my homeroom announcement about how it's not been safe lately? I was speaking directly to you, Shirou.
You really don't need to make a homeroom announcement for something. You can just tell me at home.
You wouldn't listen if I told you here, though. You're more likely to listen if I tell you at school.
That seems like an abuse of authority, or at least mixing business with private matters.
Nope, this is just what I have to do to make things sink in for Shirou. He always gets the short end of the stick because he's busy helping everyone. That idiot should come straight home once in a while and relax a bit.
Huh? Are you calling an idiot? What's wrong with helping people? I'm not losing out on anything as long as someone benefits from my help.
You're starting to sound like Kiritsugu. And that mindset has your big sister worried, Shirou.
Seeing Fujini eating so heartily makes me wonder what exactly she's worried about.
Miss Fujimura, just from that conversation, are you saying Senpai has always been like this? Yep, always. He's the type that would lend a helping hand whenever there's someone in need. It's not that he meddles in things, but he's always been a bit precocious.
Fujini grins menacingly. Fujini, I'm going to get mad if you say anything you shouldn't. And you shouldn't ask such silly questions, Sakura. I glare at the two. Fujini clicks her tongue in disapproval, but...
Miss Fujimura, please continue.
Sakura presses on like an attentive student.
Then let me explain. You see, Shirou just can't help himself when he sees someone in need. It's like helping the weak and subduing the strong. When he was younger, he wrote an essay that said he wanted to be a hero of justice.
Quit bringing up the past, Fujini. I can't really jump in, though, because it's true. Besides, becoming a hero of justice is still my goal.
Wow, you were a really wonderful child, Senpai. Yup, it was astonishing. He would swoop in to rescue a little girl from getting bullied by a boy twice her age. And he tried his hardest at doing housework because Kiritsugu was such a slob at home. Oh, he was so cute and innocent back then. I'm not sure how he got to be the stubborn, disobedient boy he is today.
That's on you, Fujini. That's what happens with children when they have bad role models. And if you want to say something to that, try making an entire meal all on your own.
What?
Fujini is shocked. I thought she would just lower her head and repent, but...
Big sister's so sad! Sakura, turns, please!
She holds out her rice bowl, asking for her third helping of dinner. We relax after dinner, and it's almost 9 o'clock. Well, what should I do? There's still some time before my evening training. Guess I'll walk Sakura home. I'll hang out with Fujini. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'll rest. I think I will end it here. I had you going. I'm gonna stop right here, guys. This seems like a good spot, honestly, to end things here for now. This is good so far. I like this. I like the way it's telling the story. I don't know if that makes sense, but just like how it's doing the narrative. It's what I call the show first, explain later, right? It's like you'll go through like an entire scene of like two people talking. You're like, what the fuck is this chick doing here? We'll go through that whole thing before it finally explains what the fuck is actually going on. Like, why is this crazy lady in my house? Why is this purple-haired girl so into me? What the fuck is going on? Which is cool, you know? It kind of leaves you to be like, it leaves you intrigued because you're not immediately sure what is happening and why it's happening. I also noticed on Rin's side, right, when they were explaining all the rules of the Holy Grail War, they didn't like break down fucking everything in a big exposition dump on us, right? Like they spread out things. Like she waited till the fight between Lancer and Archer before explaining what the class system and everything was like. Like everything is being done in a way that feels like it's paced very well. I am curious about these choices I'm making. Actually, let me see something. There is a flowchart, right? Oh, wait, what? Oh, wait. Oh, I got social links? Whoa, look at all these things. Whoa, hey, I'm up here now. Whoa, cool. Wait, do I have 4 options? I only have 3 options. Where's the 4th thing coming from? I'll go take a huge shit. There's social links. Is that how I get to the sex? To the non-existent but implied sex? Is that how that works? So wait, when I helped this guy out, it actually increased Rin's? What about my social link? What about my sex, damn it? God dang doodly pants. Cool. That's cool. I was wondering if it was like, if I picked the other option, would I have immediately gotten a bad ending? I don't think it works that way. It seems like some of these, yeah, these are all essentially, yeah, they just come back again. Like it hops to the middle. Like if I picked the other one, I still would have had this same scene. This one seems like it might branch out a bit more. Maybe. Or maybe these will all also just come back to the same scene. Who knows? I'm curious how long it takes. Like if you pick a bad choice, how long does it take before you get to your bad end? Is it like a long time? Like a whole episode or two's worth? Or is it like almost immediate? Like I walk down this hallway and bam, my head gets cut off. Guess we'll find out eventually. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoy this episode. If you did, please leave a like and a favorite and subscribe if you're not already. Become a picky penguin aboard the SLP, where the days are always sunny and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.